to win it. Welcome again. My name is Patience Ajongwen, calling today from Hillsborough, New Jersey. I'm going to moderate the meeting today, and today is our guest meeting. We are going to share information that we can share in the guest forum, and there's some things that we might not be able to answer today if we think it's proprietary. We have our founders only meeting every Sunday at 1:45 Eastern time. And if you're a founder, come to that meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to go into the back office onboarding, and we're going to go into the training of OChain. I've used it, wonderful features. We did OMail last weekend. Tomorrow, we're going to do OChain. Without wasting your time, I'm going to call on our brother Andrew, who's in the house, to give us an overview of the company we're in, the business we're in, and why we're also excited to be in it. Brother Andrew, over to you.
Okay, dear brothers and sisters, you're all welcome to this very interesting meeting. We're here, we are in it to win it. As we all know, Onpassive is a wonderful company, and it's an opportunity that our CEO has decided to grant to everybody who thinks, who wants to invest about the future. It's a life-changing business venture. Onpassive is going to cause a serious overturn at the level of the internet and the IT industry. So without much ado, I'm going to share a few things about how you can be able to secure a founder position. We're going to see what it means to become a founder for Onpassive. As you all know, becoming a founder is a wonderful privilege. Our CEO, Ash Mufare, has been able to give this opportunity to all those who think that they can be able to exploit it. As I said, we are going to see from our back office how we can be able to log in and how we can be able to secure a founder position. So if you mind, I'm going to show this. And how does it mean to you to become a founder? It means that you need to secure a founder's position by paying a minimum amount of $97. And if you are doing it, there are some charges that are attached to it, which is goes up to $102. As soon as you pay that amount of money, you become a founder. And how does it do? When you go to, you must have an email address that is very active. And when you have that email address, that's what you're going to use to be able to log in into your account. As if you do so, and you have a founder's position, remember the process, it involves the email address that you have, and when you log in on ofounders.net, it gives you that message. When you put in the code, it takes you to what we call the back office, which is where we are now. On this back office, you can see already it says Onpassive Corporate Office Building and the world-class facilities. This is a very short video which you play, it gives you an overview of what Onpassive has to offer. At this level, we want to see what exactly do we have at the level of the back office. There are many products that we already have at the level of Onpassive, and these are real products that can be commercial, and that's what is going to be able to generate income to this company. When you go there, it tells us that this is something that we need to win it, and these products that we have are actually real products that really exist, and they are not something that is something that we may be thinking about it. So if we look at my screen, you can see the number of products that we already have, which are real. There are about 20 of them, which are real products that can be able to help us to be able to generate a lot of income. If we talk about, for example, if we could talk about one of them, let me just talk about OConnect. ONetwork, for example, is one of those products that you can use to be able to connect. Like you have the Gmail, the Google Gmail.com, you have Outlook.com, you have Yahoo Mail, and so on. So OConnect is using our OMail, which is what is going to be able to help us. The OMail is what we have to be able to communicate and to be able to link up one another. So these products, they started all of them from scratch. And our CEO had to recruit many IT engineers at the level of the head office in Hyderabad, where he had more than 700 IT engineer who started the production of these products from scratch. It's not something that is copy paste, but no, they started it. That is why since the year 2018, they were able to come out with this product. So as you see, if you become a founder, it's something that is going to be so interesting, and that's going to secure you a very interesting founder's position. So what is Onpassive all about? This is something that our CEO thought about it, that if we were to come to where I am now, like say in Pakistan, and you have just one person who is a billionaire, for him to be around, it's going to not be so appetizing like you see some greedy persons who are existing in the whole world. So what happened? Our CEO decided that it is better for him to create a company where he's going to make many people to become billionaires. In so doing that, humanity can really feel the impact of it, rather than one person being maybe the person who has a lot of wealth, and he is dictating. He tells you what he wants. He may create a foundation and give you conditions to be able to benefit from assistance. But our CEO, not being a very greedy person, he thought about it, that it is possible for the whole world to benefit from this and to change the level of the standard of living for every citizen who is living in the world. So that's what really pushed him into this idea of Onpassive. So Onpassive, you secure a position. It is something that you will never regret becoming a founder. When you secure a position, it's something that it is inherited. You can hand it over to your next of kin. If, for example, you're no longer there, you will be able to, maybe your children, your children's children will continue. And one thing that is very, very interesting about Onpassive is that it's using the latest technology in the internet world. That is artificial intelligence, AI. So all of this is AI driven, such that you don't have anything to do. Becoming a founder, you are there. You don't need to go. It is not a multi-level marketing business where you need to go search for people to be under you so that you can be able to make money. No, it is AI driven. Becoming a founder, even if you have not been able to tell anybody to become a founder, you don't have anything to lose. But again, if you are able to secure that position, it helps you to be able to continue, and you are going to gain a lot as soon as we enter into launch proper. So at this level, Antipe, maybe as will be coming in the course of our discussions, if there are any questions that will be coming up, we are going to entertain them to see how we can be able to make your dream come true by securing a founder's position. At this level, we are already in the delivery room, just like the products are already there. Very soon, the founder's position is no longer going to be given out, or maybe the amount of money to secure a founder's position may increase. So our CEO is still having the humanitarian heart, giving the opportunity to many to secure their positions. If you see on the screen, it can tell you, as of now that we are talking, there are 1,167,806 total number of founders who have been able to secure their position. So it's good for you. Don't leave this wonderful news to yourself. Get to your family members, encourage them to secure this wonderful opportunity that we have. In so doing, then, it's going to be a collective joy that all of us are going to have. If everybody has at least something in his pocket, will reduce the amount of people who are beggars. We're going to improve on the standard of living in our communities. We're going to be able to see how we can really help to make humanity have a different facelift. So at this level, we shall be able to entertain questions maybe later. Antipe, over.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Andre. If you can stop sharing your screen. As you've heard, this is a company with viable product from our brother, viable digital product, which you could I'll quickly share to my screen. You go to Onpassive. Let me share my screen. If you go to onpassive.com, you will see all the products, as we said, there are lots of them working, built from ground up with artificial intelligence and machine learning. So it's built with the latest technology. So these are all the products. So how to become a founder? You have somebody to invite you, as my brother said, and you use the invitation link, follow the information, very simple. You have to pay a $97 US dollars. And if you're paying with a credit card or debit card, you have to pay an additional $5, which is the card processing fee. Has nothing to do with Onpassive, for a total of 102 US dollars. You don't have to do anything. You come out of pocket again the second time and to pay what we call the activation fee. Right now, we don't know what that is. The company is working with the real people to evaluate the value, and they will let us know when they've decided what that amount will be. So you come out of pocket just twice. First, when you register to become a founding member, and second, when you pay your activation fee. So if you are a guest today, you have to go back to the person that invited you to direct you how to become a founder. If you're a new founder, you're in the right place, you've made yourself the right decision. And if you're already a founder, as we said, we'll have our founder only meeting tomorrow at 1:45 Eastern time. That we're going to go deep into the back office. You see, our brother just showed you how to get the link. He didn't go into it because that's proprietary. You can't go into the different products on different things. Tomorrow we'll do that. And we're going to do OCHIM training on OCHIM. We'll go deeper into OCHIM tomorrow. We'll show you everything in the back office if you're a founder. So we have opening up for questions. There are 3 different ways you can ask your question. You can raise your virtual hand. If you go to your Zoom, you see reactions. You can see a hand there. That's how you raise your hand virtually. You can put your video on and raise your physical hand if you want to do that. Or you can write your question in the chat box. We'll be looking for that. So if you have any question, please, this is the time. Over to you, Madam Moderator. Thank you. So any question, please, raise your hand and ask the question. If not, I guess because my brother have done a good work to answer it, your question, that is great. Any question on how to become a founder, or any question on what the products are, we're not going to go into depth. We'll tell you that are virtual products. If you have any question, please use the time to ask your question. Before we go into questions, as we're waiting for questions, I'm going to call a few people to give a testimonial. And Sister Seferin, can you just give us a quick testimonial? Sister Seferin, can you give us a quick testimonial? While we're waiting for Sister Seferin, Sister Antoinette, just a quick testimonial, not too long, why you became a founding member of Onpassive.
Greetings, everybody. You're welcome to the winning team. We are all in it to win it. The reason I actually decided to be part of the founder is I look at the situation where I used to be or where I am now. And with age gap as well, I thought of myself, how am I going to make it? When am I going to make it? And when the opportunity came over, I said I could not let it slide. I thought of £100 that I have to use to buy maybe shoes, sometimes in the restaurant, drinking what is not necessary. And I said, I have to do this in order to better my son, my entire family, and also myself, because I didn't see myself working too hard anymore in this country to make money, because no matter how I work, I've not even saved a dime. So I said that would be something for the future in case, and a legacy that will reign in my generation forever and ever. It's not something that is going to stop. So I decided to join the train.
Thank you, Sister Antoinette. Sister Debbie, I see you're driving. Brother Angel, yes, a quick testimony. Brother, after that, Sister Pascaline. Brother Angel, let's Sister Pascaline.
Yes, thank you. Just to say that this idea of Onpassive, it came to me about a year and some months ago when my sister told me about this. It took me a lot of time to become a founder because I happen to be the person, some type of person who does not like venturing in any type of issue. But when I got the whole idea and I was able to actually attend a guest webinar like this one, I could see when they told me about these opportunities, I did not hesitate. I said, okay, let me give it a try. But I have not regretted that very important opportunity that I gave, because what does it give me? It gives me that opportunity to be able to secure a very good future for myself. For example, when I looked at the situation in which I find myself now in my country, there are a lot of difficulties that I face. I work for government, but I thought this is an opportunity for me to be able to have my financial freedom, that independence, that will be able to help me do what I want at any time that I want, when nobody will be able to tell you, you do this, and you'll be able to. So with this, all of these opportunities that I have with Onpassive, I said, let me give it a try. And when I got into it, and I was so thrilled with the very first meeting that I had with our CEO, it really moved me so much. And I said, no, if he has this idea in him, thinking about humanity, and again, thinking about that opportunity for many all over the world to be able to upgrade on their standard of living, I said, no, let me give it a try. I was able to do that, coupled with the fact that with my IT background, maybe that I had a level of college, I could go back and see the products that they had and see all the opportunities. The very interesting thing about it is the fact that you don't need to, in fact, you make money while you sleep. That alone in itself is so thrilling, because you don't need to work. You are there. It's true that there is some work that is needed, because you need to be going to your back office, checking, consulting, knowing how you can log in, knowing how you can use these products. That is just simple, something that you can sacrifice some time to do. And with that, it did not go. I had to invite, I told many people about this wonderful news that I had. And many people bought the idea. There are some who still thought that no, they are still on the fence. They were thinking that no, maybe this thing, it may not happen. Until when the products started coming in and we could see them, we could test them and see how real they were. That is what now we're able to now say, okay, we are moving. And many of them who were on the fence, they have been able to secure their position and they are coming in. So it's a wonderful opportunity. And I think that all over the world, if all of us can be able to come in, we are going to benefit so much. So with that, I help many others who have been able to secure their finance position. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Angel. I have, I'll ask for Brother Bill, after that, Sister Pascaline, Brother Bill Williams, Dr. Bill Williams, your hand is up.
Hey, Patience, how are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
Good to see everyone. Hello, Africa. I got up early this morning, thought I would check in and see how your group's doing. You're looking good.
Thank you for checking on us.
Now, I would be glad to, tell you a little more about why I joined Onpassive. It was about 2 years ago when I first heard about it from another dentist in Ireland. And she didn't know much about it, but she said, because I was an entrepreneurial kind of guy, she said, you might like this. So I jumped in and got excited about it. And within a couple of months, I was doing videos that were like testimonials about what I thought was good for professionals to look at this, because it was an opportunity to have a backup plan B for your career. And this was right when COVID was really at the beginning of its rage. And I was telling people, what if you got shut out of a job? What if you got let go from a position? I mean, we didn't know we were going to have big lockdown. We didn't know we were going to have people being laid off because they wouldn't take the jab. We didn't know that we would sometimes not be able to travel the world if our job entailed travel. And so we didn't know, but I got a sense that this was a great opportunity for people to have a secondary income source. And because I'd always been teaching about having multiple sources of income, I said, this is a real good one. And it might even help, because I was looking at the marketing plan for my other businesses. I said, maybe Onpassive could help me market my company. Well, it turned out once I got involved and started to talk with Ash, this became my main focus, and all my little things that I used to do, I've put aside. And now I've even retired from dentistry as of this year. because I felt like Onpassive would carry me the rest of the way. Now, I wouldn't suggest anybody quit their job until the money's flowing, but I do tell you this, you won't have to work any other job once you get into Onpassive. Once it starts going, it won't stop, and the potential income is going to be greater than anybody expects. Now, if you join and don't have a team, but you just have one position, it'll take 2 or 3 years before that becomes enough to maybe quit all your other jobs. But if you build a team now and have a small group, you know, it might take 1 year, 2 years. And if you build a large team, you can probably, even right now, stop working when the money starts kicking in. And I expect it to definitely start this year. So I'm thinking everybody should have something that they can do that would give them an opportunity to stop working every other job. Onpassive is that opportunity. I think the meeting, for instance, last night that we had, a founders only meeting, talked about the data center that we have being built. Not only do we have products that people can use and companies can use to lower their cost of doing business, but we also have a data center that people will be able to use, and that's going to bring revenue to all founders. That data center is analogous to what Amazon has, and they have AWS servers that are housed, that other people use to put their internet properties on, their data storage, and it's their most profitable item. They get more income from the data center than any other single thing they do. Well, Onpassive will have their own data center. And so our centers for operational profits will come from selling software, selling services, and also the data center. There's nothing better than having multiple sources of income to feed us all. So I'm looking, quite an interesting time where this thing kicks off, and every product is an income center that brings us more and more every day. So I just want to say hello to everybody, and glad to check in, and I'll hang around for a while. If you have questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. Thank you. That I know two hands are up, but I just have to follow up and say your testimonial just moved me, because the thing that made me to join is that I did not have to recruit anybody. They have viable product, digital product that me and you are going to use, and they are using it from ground up with new technology. And somebody can ask, why are you running a Zoom? I saw a vision. I wanted to share that vision with my community. I didn't only want to have financial freedom, financial independence, make money while I'm sleeping. I decided to start holding little Zoom to talk to my people in a patient way, because most of the corporate Zoom were during working hours. And as you said, people cannot quit their Zoom, their work now until we start having the apples. So we thought, okay, let's use the weekend to reach out to our community. And I tell them that I'm not doing this to recruit, I'm doing this to bless you, because I see the potential of each of these products. As Dr. Bill Williams has said to us today, each of them are potential businesses on their own. So if you're here as a guest and you're still on the fence, or if you're a founder and you've not been engaged, share the vision. Don't be guilty tomorrow and say that, if I know not, I've shared it with my brother, my sister, and my community. Thank you. I will not be rambling here. I was just so excited with that testimonial, as I should just add mine on top. I'm going to ask Sister Pascal in there after that, Brother Gary to I don't know, it's a question they have, or they want to share testimonial. Sister Pascal, you next, then Brother Gary, you follow next. And you people are lucky we have our own Dr. B. Williams here today. Please ask your questions. So if there's anything, he can answer it for us. Thank you. Sister Pascaline.
Hello.
Brother Gary, are you ready? You can go then.
Okay. Hello. Can you everybody hear me? Because I have a very bad internet connection.
We can hear you.
My name's Gary Ehlers. I'm an Australian living in Cambodia at the moment. I joined about October 2020. The reason I joined is because I'm an old guy now. I'm over 73 and nearly 74. And I've been on the internet since it became a thing. And for many, many years, I tried to use the internet to create an income. I've done all the training that was told. It's cost actually all the bright, brand new, shiny objects that come along. The next best thing was fantastic, but I lost thousands and thousands of dollars, a big bucket load of apples. And I started to put together a program that I thought was an honest, fair dinkum program. And I was actually threatened by the so-called gurus that if I did, they would destroy me. Well, they did. They hacked everything I'd done and actually closed me right down. And then I got with a technician who was one of my only 3 friends, and he was a internet coder, and we worked on a program, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was the beginning of what the same thought that I had was what Ash has actually been able to produce, but 1,000 times larger. And I never had the funds to actually do what he wanted to do, so I had to try to use other programs that were already out there that didn't work. They're all, you know, so I spent years chasing bright, shiny subjects for the next best deal. Oh, this might work, this might work. And all it done was cost me a lot of apples. Now, I'm glad to say that since I've been, I'm in a remote area in Cambodia and no one speaks English, so I have a big problem trying to talk to people who really do need help here. Like in most other countries, Cambodia is down on the list as far as access. So the average wage here is about 12,000 a year if they're lucky. Or $400 a month. What's that? 12 fours, 48, 4,800 a year. It's hard to live. So I just want to emphasize that I'm so pleased to join Onpassive for the 2 reasons. One, it's an honest CEO that has a heart for humanity. And we are now, instead of me having a minimum of 3 friends, which 2 of them have passed away since, I have now got over 1 million friends, like-minded people. And this is a fantastic movement and nothing's going to stop it. The Onpassive is building something that's never been done before. So for people who have joined already and are impatient, hey, just hold on. It's all happening. And to get this far during the COVID over the last 2 years, it's just unbelievable, you know, that we even have got this far. So just be patient. It's happening very soon. And for those who are visitors, man, join this movement because it is worldwide. And there's so many people that we can all help together. That's about all I've got to say. It's just join if you can, join as quick as you can. Get back to whoever invited you and say, please help me get in, because it's the opportunity of a lifetime. So thank you, that's all I really have.
Thank you, Brother Gary. That is wonderful testimonial. There, please, if you want to share your testimonial so that people can either get engaged and share with their loved one, raise your hand. If you have a question, raise your hand. Sister Pascaline, I don't know whether you're there now. Sister Pascaline, go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, a lovely family that I joined. Now I'm an international woman. I've got friends everywhere. I've got family everywhere now. So I want to share my experience, my joy for joining Onpassive. I've had many other businesses they introduced to me in the past, my friends. If you market this, you do that, you market. I didn't just bother. I told them, please, I haven't got friends like that. You're already my friend. You're already in that business. So if I get this business, who am I going to introduce for me to get paid, to get money? So nevertheless, I just ignore all of them. Then until a special sister of mine, whom I trust so much, told me about Onpassive. When she told me, she didn't tell me, she just sent me the link. I just looked at it and said, maybe it's one of those same kind of marketing businesses. I just said, no. Then I called her one day, we talked. Then I asked her, you sent me a link, what is it about? Then she explained the whole situation. I'm like, oh, that's why I'm going to die. There's no way I will miss out from this opportunity. I'm someone who I love the community to be happy. I love people around me to be happy. Though I have managed to bring in some people, but then personally for myself, I didn't join only for myself. I joined because I've got lots of people that I want them to smile tomorrow. If I cannot bring all of them in as founders, at least I'm a founder. Once I'm smiling, all of them will be smiling. Once the community is smiling, everybody will be healthy and everybody will be happy. And I'm so glad to be in this. And I know that we need to win it.
Sister Pascaline, thank you for that testimonial. We're all in it to win it. And Bragari, we understand if you have to leave because of poor internet connection. We understand. Thanks for joining us today. And to be honest, I'll go to ask Sister Isabella. Yeah, all of us, I just want to Onpassive to come so I can stop my 9 to 5 and really go out to touch humanity. Really, that's my dream. And I've been dreaming that since as a little girl, and Onpassive is just, for me, an opportunity to do that. So Sister Isabella, question.
Hello, everyone. Happy weekend and greetings to my lovely Onpassive family in Africa and all over the world. Actually, I'm so delighted to be here. So I came in a little bit late. The reason I joined Onpassive, I had worked in my country of origin, Cameroon. I've been working as a nurse for almost all my life. And I thought to myself, but what am I going to do to impact my community, to do something to some people else, even when I'm retired, so that people can get a trickle down on what I've been doing to serve the world, to serve people in my country. So I went on, I organized a female football club for ladies, for young girls. That while I was working, there was a coach, a manager, everything, everybody, they were taking care of that. The idea, the objective, the brochure that I wrote of the project was a little project, community project that I initiated. The main objective of it was to impact these girls. You know, when the girls leave school, they don't have a long time to go. When it's time for them to start getting children, getting married and stuff like that. So I targeted that age group, girls from college, like secondary school and university, they were all there. I ran this club for close to more than 3 years, and boom, something happened in Cameroon. There was chaos, there was uprising, there was war and stuff like that. I couldn't continue, and that crashed me down. Like anybody who's done anything football, you know, it can be so bad. I was so disappointed, and I said, okay, that is it, no problem. So I got to a situation where my sister, my upline, she kept educating me on this, Onpassive. She will get me into Zoom meetings, the guest meetings, and I'll be following up and all that. I said to myself, this is a good place. It sounds like it's like giving out to people. So I sat down, I made a decision about that. And behold, my upline, she took a heavy decision and step, and so much support in getting me in. And because by that time we had some tragedy in the family and stuff like that. But as I became a member, I just believed in her, and especially she told me the CEO's story, vision, the story of how he used to get stuff from the bakery, and to take care of the very basic stories that since I came into Onpassive, I've not even heard it mentioned. It really tickles me up how he mobilized, was getting these pastries and attending to people in the streets, the homeless and all that, and about his vision, the way he had, how Mother Teresa was helping people, and he did that, he didn't have money, and that story carried me, it tickled me up. I said, how it is with children. So I said, I took the first risk to engage, and I pumped in so much money, even with right now I'm still paying the debts from the football, and I didn't succeed with these girls. My objective was impact the community through the girls. Since I didn't succeed, why not? I'll jump in. I didn't hesitate. God registered, my sister assisted me. And from the meetings, I saw what was there. I didn't know yet what, although she was telling me there are products, I had no idea what products are, I'm not IT savvy and stuff like that. I said, wow, I'm in. And got me registered. Look, since I got in, there has never been a day that I've regretted that. I became a member, a founding member. One, the community that I've built, the membership that I've had all over the world because of Onpassive, the nature of the meetings run, and the way they're impacting other people, just attending a meeting lively, lovely, and knowing that you know people all over the world. Then coming to the point where they started launching, they did the pre-launch for the members only. Oh, no, I got my, in the process, I am learning. I see that we're having tutorials. It's so wonderful. And I got to listening to the arch himself. I see the way he's speaking. Well, one needs to take the risk. I did it again. And I'm optimistic, I'm hopeful that this is coming up to something, especially with the products as a founder, that I've been able to see where it's going. I bet you, even you had heard somebody lecture to you about Onpassive or not, and you dare to take the risk. More so, I was also told that even if you get in as a founding member, and at one point you choose to opt out, you have 90 days to do so. I said, but what is it? So each time, Onpassive is like my life. I stay up late in the night, just going to the back office. It has vitalized me. And I look forward to meetings, the weekend meetings. I go on to other community guest meetings and founders meetings. It is so fulfilling already that before we get to launch, it is something worth, and I say worth getting into before even you start. After all, if you get in, and within the 90 days, you keep attending the webinars, and you see that you don't want to, you still have the window, the opportunity to slowly and quietly, peacefully walk out of it. But I bet you, it's like, if you have a taste of it, Onpassive is part of our lives, and I look forward to it because I can talk and talk forever. So I'm very happy that I'm here, and I want to thank you guys, all the Sister Patience, thank you for everything. All our leadership council members, they volunteer at times, they come here and they give us tutorials and all that. Thank you all, and we are all in it to win it. We are so blessed. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Isabella. What a story. What a story. I agree with you. Once you get in and get engaged, trust me, even your enemy, you'll share the vision with them. You have to get engaged and see the vision of our CEO and see the work. Dr. B. William is here with us, and I can tell you, when he shared the work he was doing, I think it's in Kenya, I'm like, I was blown away. And I said, Father, I need something to do things like that. I'm hoping that Onpassive will give me the opportunity to do things like that. Thanks for sharing your story. We are looking, please, any question, this is a time. You want to share testimonial, this is a time. Just put your virtual hand up, your physical hand up. If your video is on, we'll look for it, or indicate in the chat. We're all in it to win it. If you guys don't have questions, means our brother explained our view of Onpassive very well, and the testimonials have touched you very well. But please don't leave without your questions not being answered. There's no question that is silly. There's no question that is trivial. If it's a question in your mind, it's a question worth bringing forward for us to try together as a family to assist you. Is there any question in the chat?
Hey, Patience,
Hello,
Dr. Bill here.
Hello, Dr. B, go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of people get into Onpassive because they see an opportunity to make money, right? They see that this is a very good business. It doesn't take any effort. But you know what I found is that once people get in and understand the business and they understand the heart of Onpassive and the heart of our CEO Ash Mafare, when they understand that, their shift focus changes to look at what can they do for other people. And we always talk about there's going to be lots of apples coming to us, lots of opportunity coming to us to do things in the community to help others. And so one of the things that I've tried to do over the year or two that I've been in is show people that when you have more than you need, it's easy to find places to help people around the world, starting in your own community, but then doing outreaches to places all over the world. And one of the most gratifying things to me was my first mission trip that I took to Africa, to Kenya. And I thought we would go over and do a one-time deal, a one-time trip, and just help some people do something that I knew I could help them with, which was dentistry. And we also, you know, showed the Jesus film when we were traveling because my brother's a pastor. So we were helping people spiritually as well as physically. And what happened was that one visit turned into a lifestyle change. I got to be connected with the people of Kenya. I got connected to the concept of giving back in a way that I kept going back to Kenya for 10 years, 11 years. And we established some things in Kenya that wouldn't go away if we weren't there. They were like, we trained the people to do things. We set up some systems and priorities and built a building and trained some people to work in it. And eventually the local people took it over and it became an ongoing operation even when we weren't there. And so we basically planted a medical facility and it started operating on its own. And we did the same thing with schools. We did the same thing with farming, animals. We did a lot of things that were training related. And then we couldn't go back every year. But what we did was we supported the people locally to do the things we had been doing. And so we were missionaries from America to Kenya. And out of that, local Kenyans became missionaries all around other places in Kenya and even down into Tanzania and surrounding countries. And so the seed was planted to do good works. And then other people grew over the time where they were able to give back. I remember real distinctly, there was a dentist who was brand new out of school in Narok, and he had a very poor clinic, very few tools. But over the 10 years that we went and worked with him, he was our dental supervisor because he had a license in Kenya and I didn't. We worked under his supervision on the mission. He became prosperous. He became knowledgeable much more than what he had been by working with us. And we actually saw him grow and grow and grow. Then he became the one who went all throughout Kenya, along with some medical friends, doing projects like we had been doing. And so that's the vision that I have for Onpassive, is to have everybody take their skill and use it locally in their community. And then somebody will get a vision how they can do their thing, and it will become a step ladder for people to step up and do better. And then they'll help their fellow man around. And I think Ash has the same vision. We call it creating a million Mother Teresas. Every founder will have the opportunity to have so much income that they can then spend a lot of their income on other things other than themselves, because they'll have so much extra, they can do things they've always wanted to do, but never had the means to do. And so that one concept fuels much of the fire behind Onpassive, is to be a blessed person, to be a blessing to others. So I just wanted to bring that up because it's one of the key cornerstones of Onpassive, is to be a giver and to look for places that we can improve our humanity and make it a better day for somebody that's less fortunate.
Thank you, Dr. B, for sharing that. And that's why for me, our O Bless is one of the best products. I can't wait. I can't wait for O Bless.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for O Bless just to, I don't know, you just touched my heart. That's why I've been doing this every week for over a year, every weekend, because I really have to bless people. So I see our sister Kathy hand is up, then Brother Andrew is up. So Sister Kathy, you can unmute yourself. And if it's a question or if it's a testimonial, you can go ahead. Sister Kathy. Right. While we're waiting for you to reconnect in your internet, I don't know if you can hear us. Maybe Brother Andrew can go ahead. Sister Kathy, we'll just wait for you to reconnect your internet while Brother Andrew talks. Brother Andrew, go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. I have a question for our guest, Dr. Bill Williams. I know many of us and so many became founders because we actually had a way of trying to improve on our living. It's true. After that, we discovered that Onpassive became so big to the extent that we discovered a very large family, and that is what is even more thrilling than even getting the apples. But again, from your explanation, you said if you have just one account without having a team, it may take you 3 years to be able to have enough apples. But what can we do to be able to say maybe in the next 1 year you could be able to make the money that can be able to improve on your standard of living?
And the question is, what can you do to build a team now? Well, I faced that same question when I first joined. I didn't have anybody on my team, and I started with my family, and most of my family didn't jump in. Most of them on my family side thought they were successful enough and that what I was doing was kind of crazy. And you'll get that reaction from a lot of people. They won't fall in line with your thinking. They'll just believe whatever they believe. And a lot of that has to do with the history of whether they believe you know much about business, you know? So some people are very fortunate. They have a lot of credibility that immediately people do whatever they recommend. Others, that's not true. In my family, some are believers about what we do and others are not. So you'll find that's true in every family, first of all. So you tell everybody in your family about it. Those who want to be in, let them come in. If you're very well off, you might buy positions for your family members just because you don't want to let them be lost and be behind. Some people do that. You know, they buy 5 or 10 positions for their family members and just hold them in your name and plan to give them to them later. That's probably what a third of the people probably are doing. Now, once you talk to your family members, and I always talked about, you need to have a family legacy to leave your kids. And this is the biggest legacy that they'll ever have. This is like buying Microsoft stock, Apple stock when it was first offered. But this is better because this is going to pay out dividends far more than stock from a company like that. Our commissions are going to be far more than stock payments. Our growth will be a lot faster, I believe. But once you go past your family, you need to talk to your best friends. Your best friends should trust you and they should get on board. And so I've got a lot of best friends that did join. Not all of them, same as family. And so you go through your friends. And after that, if you want to grow to a sizable group, you have to talk to strangers. And the only way you can get strangers to move into something like this is with credibility and proof. I call it social proof. Now, I've offered a lot of people a lot of social proof through the videos I put out on YouTube. Dr. Bill Williams, Onpassive Leader, is a YouTube channel anybody can access, and they can use my videos. We have about 10 or 15 leaders who got YouTube channels, but you can use any of their videos because they're public domain. And you can put your link to your sign up registration links in a email or on a post on Facebook, along with those other people's videos. And you can say, I'm in Onpassive because I follow these people. So if you find a video you like, you can send the YouTube video, you can send your link and say, look at this and follow up with me by either joining through this link or contacting me directly so we can talk about it. That's the best way I would focus to build a team. If you listen to Mike Ellis last week, he came out with a video, and I listened to all of Mike's videos ever since I joined. And he said pretty much what I just told you. If you have one position, it might take 2 or 3 years for it to grow to a sizable number of apples per month. But if you have 5 or 10, you're going to have enough apples within a year, maybe, to where you don't need to work for anybody else. And if you had 100 apples, well, the game's over on day one. You'll start getting income rapidly, so that you may be able to, have independence, financial independence in your first year. And so if everybody set a goal to have 10 on their team, that's what you should do. And then once you have 10 on your team, you should shoot for 20. And when you have 20, you should shoot for 50. And so every time that I reach a milestone, I'll up the number to the next number. And the way you build a team is consistently putting out links and videos to more and more people. But if you don't have contacts, if you don't talk to people directly, they probably won't join. Most people need to have a direct contact. So that's my recommendations. And if you can't get 10 people that way, then you need Onpassive even more, because they'll do it for you. At some point, they'll do it all for you. Well, thanks for letting me share my concept. And I'm willing to listen to anybody else's way of building a team, because you know what? I'm still building my team. I still want to be a global leader, and I've got a ways to go to get there. So we're all building our teams, and any good idea, we're all listening.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Bill. That is wonderful. No, I never thought about it. I'm not a team builder. That's why I never did any business that I have to recruit, but I'm going to use that idea. I'm going to go to Sister Kathy. Then I have a question for Dr. Bill to help me with. Sister Kathy, if your internet is better now, you can unmute yourself and ask a question or share your testimonial. Sister Kathy.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Can you hear me now? Okay. I think, yeah, just thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, to be connected and to listen to everyone who have spoken. I just want to let those who are new to know why I joined Onpassive. And I think for today, honestly, I didn't really want to say much because I'm not feeling great in myself. But when Dr. Bill spoke, it just clicked something in me that I thought I better share what is in my heart, why I joined Onpassive. I remember it was it's more than a year now. It's more than a year. My sister called me and said, you have to look at this thing. And I'm like, sis, this is your own thing, because she knows I love doing business. I've done all sorts of business. And all the businesses I do is like the one we call in Africa, granola type of business. She said, look at this one. You will love this. You will love this. I'm like, sis, please. Anyway, now the first thing that got me going is that she did not really insist. She was still new in it. she didn't even know how to explain what she was getting into, but her passion for it like pulled me. Even though she didn't know how to really explain it, she said, I'm going to get somebody who's going to explain it to you. And da. I'm like, okay. She was so passionate. I've never seen my sister being so passionate about something. Knowing that when we were growing up, my sister never used to be a business person. I'm the one who used to like business. So when she was so passionate about it, I'm like, there should be something about it. So I told her that, okay, I'll think about it. Well, while I said I was thinking about it, I had to pray about it. And I had so much peace about it. When I prayed about it, I had so much peace. I called her back and I said, sis, you know what? I'm having peace about this thing. I think it's a good thing. Let's go ahead. And that's what actually pushed me to say, you know what? It's like the Lord confirmed to me that it is okay. Even though at that point, I still did not understand what I was getting myself into. And I just, for like a month or so within that time, I find myself, because I am very busy doing my own thing, and I find myself having a passion for it as well. And so I find myself talking to people about it, talking even to my senior pastor's wife, and she got it. And she said, no, that's it, sis. I have peace about this thing. And that is a lady that honestly, when she hears about something like this, she will tell you that, let me pray about it. She can take like 6 months to pray about something. But this instance, she said, you know what, sis, my spirit is good about this. Let's go for it. And she is like, she confirmed what the Lord spoke to me about. So I got a few members in the church that I spoke to. They all like, yep, we're going for it. We have not been, practically involved, because I'm so involved in my calling as a pastor's wife. So I've not had time to actually attend all the meetings and do what I'm supposed to be doing. But I want to say that if you are doubting, this is not the time to doubt. I think we think and we believe that it is God using Mr. Ash, the founder, to just bless, especially the people from developing countries. And I think one of the things that actually made me to think is because we know from where we come from. Me and my husband, we have this big project. We always have this thing like, we want to open an orphanage, we want to help poor people back home. It's like, we want to do things for people, but you can't do it without finance. And I know I always tell my sister about, this kind of things we want to do. It went so bad that every year we do our best to help those that are suffering, but we can't really do it just from our pocket. And when we open, what is this thing that they normally do? I've forgotten now. We saw a photo of one woman who has been shot in Cameroon there, and she was pregnant, and we just felt so much pity for her, and we decided to help her. We did this what is it called? What is it called? GoFundMe. That's it. That is what good this Onpassive. This she talked about. I'm like, what? So I think one of the things that pulled me into it so strongly is the fact that it has the opportunity for us to actually reach out to the world, particularly those who are suffering, without us struggling. Because right now we want to reach out to people, like Dr. Bill was talking about, him and his brother being a pastor, trying to reach out to Africa. That is our goal. That is what we're desperate to do. That is what we want to do. We don't care where in Africa and Asia, we want to help. But we cannot just do it from our pocket. We need that extra. So it's like God has answered our prayer. It's like God has answered our prayer to open this massive door that we know that we can, as we all know, you can just sleep and money is flowing in. So I want to encourage anyone who is new in this thing and is thinking, you're coming today thinking, okay, let me go and hear what they're saying. I just want to ask you, and I want to encourage you to have an open mind, because I tell you what, you're not going to regret it. I think you are in to win, as we are all in to win, and I'm sure we would definitely make it. And again, as Dr. Bill said, we should be patient. We should be patient. They're going to launch. It's going to happen. And I'm so looking forward to that time. So yeah, that's all I just wanted to share, to encourage those who are still thinking. Please stop thinking. Just get on with it. It is clear that it is God who has raised this man up to just bless the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Kathy, for that great testimonial. I have one question for Dr. Bill, but I see somebody hands up. Sister Lynette, can you unmute yourself and ask your question, or if you have a testimony to share your testimony? Sister Lynette, while we're waiting for her to unmute herself, Sister Lynette Makata Yason, can you unmute yourself? Okay, go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody.
Good day, good afternoon.
Yeah, I am so happy, and I don't know what to say, but today I heard Dr. Bill talking, and I said, what, Dr. Bill? Because I joined Onpassive last year. I have never make any online business before. I have never. But a friend of mine just sent me the webinar. I look at the webinar, I listened to it, and I said, what? Such a business? No. That very day, I registered. I didn't even wait for 1 hour. I registered the whole family of mine, some friends. I told my brother in America, my younger brother is in America. I told him, so it's a scam. I said, bro, it's not a scam, oh, join. Up to now, I gave it to a friend of mine. He said he can't spend that $102 to keep waiting. I said, hey, I'm telling you, today, I heard Dr. Bill talking, and I said, hey, I'm in a better place, and I have reached a better corner that will drive the whole of my family into such a business. Thank Mr. Ash and his group. I thank you people so much with the grace of God. May the God share its grace upon all of you for us to launch this business. And I don't know what to say. As a matter of fact, I don't know what to say. My only advice, what I can only say is thank you. Thank you, people. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Lynette. Thank you for that testimonial. We all joined in, as I said, blindly, thinking about to at least have financial independence. And when we saw the potential, we all thinking to bless others.
I have never made a business like that, and I don't know even anything about internet. But I joined in, and I was able to go to back office, come here. I say, eh.
Thank you, Sister.
So those people who doesn't want to join, they will one day say, had I known.
Thank you, Sister Lynette. Before I go to Sister Pascaline, since we have Dr. Bill, our brother, here with us today. Dr. Bill, I just want to ask one question. If you don't have an answer, it's okay. You do fine. And we know we're coming close. We're just wondering, do you think we still have long for our founding position to still be open? What is your thought with that window? Is it because some people are still thinking, I have used my own mail as a way to recruit, like sending email from my own mail. Hey, look, I tell you, this company is real. This is a mail system. So what do you think our window is for people to become a founder?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? I keep close tabs on the new developments, and nothing I can do will pull the information out of Ash as to when. So I don't think anybody actually knows when we'll start. So it's not like there's a secret out there that people are holding on to. I think Ash is working fast as possible to get the product ready for launch. And I think he's mentally ready for launch right now, but he's working on the project where there's little glitches that they're working, little wrinkles that they're working on to make it perfect so that when launch happens, it's not going to have any failure. And so the beta testing is very important. We want to have all the parts of OMail. We want to have all the parts of Odesk, ONet, everything is being, everything is being put together. I do remember he said we'd start some marketing campaign in January, and we have 1 day left. So, does that mean we'll have some marketing campaign going on in January? Well, he said it would. So either it's going to start in the next day or two. And, once the marketing campaign starts, he said it would be anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks before launch. So those are goals. They're not set dates, they're goals. But I think that he's really close. I think that February is a very hopeful time. I know that there's a plan in the US for us to gather the leaders. And when we gather, he said that there'd be a big function, a big event in Florida. So we're thinking, mid to late February for that. If that happens, that would be a momentous day. Does it mean launch day? I don't know. But it does mean that we're going to release some pretty good products pretty soon. I think this concept of the data center that we're talking about may influence some of the things that we're doing, but I don't think it is the only thing. The data center doesn't have to happen, I don't believe, before launch. And so that's my hope, is that we can launch before the data center is ready and finished, because we don't want to wait that long. The data center is 2 or 3 months away. So let's hope sooner. But like I say, I don't have the crystal ball. I don't have the inside information that I can share, because I don't have any at all about a particular day. But I'm kind of counting down the days, saying after Valentine's Day, might be a sweetheart of a time. That's my best guess.
Thank you, Brother Will.
You bet.
That's a good guess. So what are we hearing this year? So guys, some of us have been in for over a year, so we're counting down. I'm so excited. I see Sister Pascaline hand is up again. And before, Brother Bill, we will love you to grace us with your presence tomorrow in our founders only meeting. It's at 1:45 Eastern time, same link. If you can grace us with your presence, we'll love it tomorrow. Sister Pascaline, your hand is up.
Yes. Yes, I just want to share a little more experience from all I've heard with all the sisters that are praising Onpassive, how they got into Onpassive. Like the other sister said, she's never done any online business. Same with me. I'm somebody, when it comes to computer things, oh my God, just count me 0 out of 100. Just count me 0 out of 100. But when I got into this one, I saw how things are moving, and the few meetings I've been part of, I really enjoy them. And then moreover, when I started hearing about things, how these online things are working, I started hearing how Facebook works. I'm not even on Facebook. I started hearing how Facebook works, how where money comes from, how those people make money. Then I say yes. Then to top it up all was when that day when WhatsApp was not working for like 4 hours. When the BBC read the news telling me, I heard with my ears how WhatsApp has lost, was it $60 billion? I nearly fainted. I almost fainted. In 4 hours, you lose that kind of money. That means people are out there millionaires, billionaires, just because we are clicking on our phones. So why not me? So that's the little experience I want to share, that I know I knew that it is something big. It is something beyond my imagination. And for those who do not want to join, those who want to be Thomas, some people must always be Thomas in this life. You can only take a horse to the stream, but you can't force it to drink from that stream. So if you've given some people the basic that you share the link and they don't even want to attend any of the guest meeting to say, okay, let's just give it a try. What can we do? The thing is, only when money comes, nobody will say, you didn't tell me. Go to your phone and see. I sent you the link. You didn't open. I told you, you didn't open. You don't want. You want something today. All right. So I'm very glad that I'll be very patient. They say the patient dog is the fattest bone. I am one of those patient dogs. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Pascaline. Sister Antoinette.
That it's not a question. It's just to add on what others have said. Yes, because for any guest that's around, please try. If it's to borrow. Get yourself even one name. One name is better than none. Don't doubt it. Trust it. It is a life and a good product. And it's something that is going to be our legacy forever. A name is better than none. Don't regret. We know Facebook came, the opportunity came around, we were so scared, we didn't have the money anyway. Other product has come as well. Some of us were not even up to the task of the amount. So $97 is not going to be a difficult tax. Borrowed it. If you have the opportunity to borrow. Even if they tell you when are you going to pay, tell them God's grace is upon you, you'll pay. So please, I'm just begging, any guests, or if you have anyone that is still doubting, the recording is going to be on the back office as well as on YouTube, maybe on Maria page. You go there, watch it, and you will see the revelation of this. This Onpassive is is actually a correction of corruption, especially in some of our African continent. To be honest, please, we are still begging. We don't have to stop now. We just have to empower others, spread the word, tell them if it's to borrow, they borrow out, but continue to spread the word. For those that have not said it, or they are too scared to say or tell others, don't be afraid. Tell them with confidence. This is a one-off opportunity. God has just blessed us. Others are there doing other silly business just to take away other people's life to have money. But now we have the money and we even have opportunity that we are going to bless others that did not maybe get this opportunity to hear about the business. And again, the opportunity for them to even afford maybe a one-day meal. They are going to have this opportunity through some of us as well to be on their table. Please, it's a good thing. We can use it to have more of our people, peace of mind, joy, smile, So I just want to say, for those that are still left behind or they are still doubting, please do not doubt. Come on board. And maybe you thank Ash another day. They just come on board. That's all I just wanted to add on. Thank you all.
Antoinette, and I see Brother Bill has graciously answered the question in the chat. One person asked when is soft launch, the other one asked when is premier launch. We are in soft launch now. Dr. B answered already. Already started with beta testing of 7 products. If you're a founder, you will know that we have 7 products: all founder, all meal, all staff, all chat, all desk, and
all trim, all net.
We are already in a mega product launch, soft launch. So Dr. B has answered that. So is there any more questions? If there's no more questions, I want to thank everyone for coming today. Please, if you're a founder, attend the founder only meeting tomorrow. We are going to train deep on O Trim. Has very exciting product, very It has a lot of futures. We did old mail last week. Tomorrow will be old stream. And we'll walk you through the back office where to find stuff. Our brother just showed you the picture. We couldn't go into details because it's a guest meeting. Tomorrow, we're going to show you where to find your stuff in the back office as a founder. We'll have an onboarding on the back office. So it looks like there's no more question. I will have to ask all of us to unmute ourselves and say our motto together. Bill, thanks a lot. If you can all unmute yourself, we can say our motto.
We're all in
We
it.
are all in it.
We are all in it to win it.
Win it. We are in it to win.
We are all in it to win it.
Cover your ears.
Beautiful.
We're all in it to win it.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you, Dr. Bill Williams, for coming. We appreciate it. Great.
We are all in it to win it.
Antoinette, thank you. Great.
Thank you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
That's
God
great.
bless you all.